Hi Scribblers! Let's take a look in the bag and see which book's going to inspire me. Today's book is Elmer the Elephant by David Mackey. Fantastic. So, and what are our makes going to be today? We're going to make a patchwork elephant. Oh, or maybe some different kinds of elephants, a collage or some paper weaving. And we're going to make, wow, a little Elmer the Elephant patchwork. And if you put a nightlight in there, one that's battery operated, then you can have a little nightlight. There's another one. Wow, there's one made by Edie. Okay, see you soon.
It's Nelly the Elephant.
Hey, hands in the air. That's it. And give it a good squeeze. Hello. Can you touch your nose? Like an elephant groove. Touch your nose and your ears and your chin. The elephant packed a trunk and said goodbye to the circus. Off she went with a trunkety trunk, 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 trunk. Nelly the elephant packed a trunk and trunkety trunk. Off she went. Can you touch your knees? What about your toes? And can you make some sausages? And squeeze! Squeeze! And roll it again. Are you ready for Nelly? Look, if you've rolled it, you can be Nelly the Elephant. Packed a trunk and said goodbye to the circus. She went with a trunkety trunk, 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 trunk. In the air! She went with a trunkety trunk, trunk, trunk. I liked it. She's flying far, far away. Choo-choo! Find your knees. Shoulders. Trunkety trunk, 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 trunk. Hooray! Hi Scribblers, it's Elise. So this is the part where we are going to make Nelly the Elephant. Hopefully you've got your milk bottles. It doesn't matter if you've got a pint one or a 2-pint one or even a 4-pint one. What you're going to do is you're going to cut out this kind of a shape here, okay? So around here, and you will see it turn into a little elephant. So you will need your grown-ups to help with this. That's the football. Ernie and Daddy are playing football outside. It's a lovely sunny day. I hope everybody's keeping well. So cut it around this shape. That's Edie in the background. She's sat down. She's meant to be being quiet, but she's not being quiet. That's okay. So, okay. So we've cut out one shape, and here's the second shape. And you will have your elephant shape, and he stands up like this. Okay, hopefully you can see that. Right, if you don't have a pint bottle, then you can cut it to the desired height. Get some sellotape. Maybe on the next part, darling. You can do the next part. This is a bit tricky. Okay, and then you just sellotape all the way around. Okay, so do a couple of bits to hold it. And then, that's Edie trying to get in on the camera shot. You can sellotape around the outside. Once you've done that, get your tissue paper and your PVA glue ready for the next part. See you in a minute. Right, we're back. For the next part, I would like you to get your tissue paper and cut it up into squares. If you don't want squares, that's all right. You can tear up little strips as well, but it does have to be tissue paper. You also need some PVA glue and a brush or your fingers. And what you will do, Edie's already started, as you can see. I'll put it here. You get the PVA glue and you put it onto the Nelly the elephant. Edie darling, you need to put it onto the elephant, okay? And then you can actually quite carefully pick up the glue, pick up the tissue paper with the glue, and you pop it on where you want it and go over and flatten it down. Okay, that's it, my darling, you're doing a really good job. Okay, and then you pick up, you put the glue, so you put the glue on here, Edie, that's it, good girl, well done. And then you put the glue and cover over the next part to make sure it's underneath and on top. So on here, sweetheart, there you go. And then put your bit, that's it, on top. Good girl, as you picked up. Let's bring you across here a little bit. There we go. Okay, and so you keep going and you keep overlapping with your colours until the whole thing is covered. Looks really nice when it overlaps. So what happens is the tissue paper and the PVA glue both dry clear. Can you see that? There we go. So we're making the shape of the elephant. And then some of these parts are a little bit trickier than others. PVA and the tissue paper dry clear and it becomes a fabulous Nelly the elephant. Okay. Ooh. Keep going with that until the whole thing is covered. Keep going with that until the whole thing is covered. Thought I would just show you some of the tricky parts. So when it gets to around his nose, you can actually use the glue and the brush to guide you. Okay, so push it around the edges. Can you see that? And then get the new piece of overlap it, tissue paper, and just kind of push it up with the brush. Okay. And then obviously the last bit here, I'm going to do a little bit of tissue paper, so you might want to tear it. Edie's doing very well. Concentrating very well. Okay. There we go. 2 Nelly the elephants finished and ready to decorate when they are dry. You happy with yours, Edie?
Missy mine.
Yeah.
It is mine.
Okay, we have made some Elmer the elephant cutouts. I hope you can see that. We're still in the art studio. Ernie's joined us. There he is. Hello, Ernie. And Edie's busy painting away. You can make a cutout out of card, which we have done, or you can do it out of paper, or anything you have got, really. Use paper. We're going to paint ours, but you can see the weave in the background. You see that? Just there.
Weave? What's the weave?
Just in front of you, darling, with the paper that's weaved in and out. And and the collage as well. And we are going to do some painting with ours. I'm now going to put my work down and make a really quick video of us doing it.
dinosaurs.
Elmer by David Mackey. There was once a herd of elephants. Elephants young, elephants old, elephants tall or fat or thin. Elephants like this, that or the other. All different but all happy and all the same colour. All, that is, except Elmer. Elmer was different. Elmer was patchwork. Elmer was yellow and orange and red and pink and purple and blue and green and black and white. Elmer was not elephant coloured. It was Elmer who kept the elephants happy. Sometimes he joked with the other elephants. Sometimes they joked with him. But if there was even a little smile, it was usually Elmer that started it. One night, Elmer couldn't sleep for thinking. And the think that he was thinking was that he was tired of being different. Who ever heard of a patchwork elephant? He thought. No wonder they laugh at me. In the morning, before the others were really awake, Elmer slipped quietly away, unnoticed. As he walked through the jungle, Elmer met other animals. They always said, "Good morning, Elmer." Each time Elmer smiled and said, "Good morning." After a long walk, Elmer found what he was looking for, a large bush covered with berries, a large bush covered with elephant-coloured berries. Elmer caught hold of the bush and shook it so that the berries fell on the ground. Once the ground was covered in berries, Elmer lay down and rolled over and over, this way and that way and back again. Then he picked up bunches of berries and rubbed himself all over, covering himself with berry juice until there wasn't a sign of any yellow or orange or red or pink or purple or blue or green or black or white. When he had finished, Elmer looked like any other animal. After that, Elmer set off back to the herd. On the way, he passed the other animals again. This time, each one said to him, "Good morning, elephant." And each time, Elmer smiled and said, "Good morning," pleased that he wasn't recognised. When Elmer rejoined the other elephants, they were all standing quietly. None of them noticed Elmer as he worked his way into the middle of the herd. After a while, Elmer felt that something was wrong, but what? He looked around. Same old jungle, same old bright sky, same old rain cloud that came over from time to time. And lastly, same old elephants. Elmer looked at them. The elephants were standing absolutely still. Elmer had never seen them so serious before. The more he looked at the serious, silent, still standing elephants, the more he wanted to laugh. Finally, he couldn't bear it no longer. He lifted his trunk and at the top of his voice he shouted, "Boo!" The elephants jumped and fell all ways in surprise. "Oh my gosh, oh golly," they said, and then saw Elmer helpless with laughter. "Elmer," they said, "it must be Elmer." Then the other elephants laughed too, as they had never laughed before. As they laughed, the rain cloud burst, and when the rain fell over Elmer, his patchwork started to show again. "Oh, Elmer," gasped an old elephant, "you've played some good jokes, but this has been the biggest one of all. It didn't take you long to show your true colours." "We must celebrate this every day, every year," said another. "This will be Elmer's Day. All elephants must decorate themselves, and Elmer will decorate himself elephant colour." That is exactly what the elephants do. On one day a year, they decorate themselves and parade. On that day, if you happen to see an elephant, ordinary elephant coloured, you will know it must be Elmer. The end.